Hello and welcome back. Today's video is going to be a sit down video all about kind of my journey and where we're going to go with training and nutrition between kind of now until Christmas really. What I've been doing at the moment is dieting down for my holiday. I've not restricted myself too crazily. I've really kind of upped my expenditure and made sure that my calories are in a good place, which means I'm still getting kind of enough protein in and things like that. I'm definitely noticing the calories at this point, let me tell you, but I'm really happy with where I'm at. I've lost 4 kg of body fat and I've also seen kind of areas come in. I've seen some muscles pop, and that was the goal really. That was all I wanted to get out of it. It wasn't necessarily like a kg goal. It was more that I just wanted to reduce that body fat just a little bit, and we have clung on to a glute. I know they're not mind-blowing, but the fact that my little pancake has not deflated, 3 cheers, because for me that's the first thing to go and the hardest thing to bring back. So I'm so glad that she has stayed. Praise the Lord. At the moment with my training, I am really happy with where I'm at. And this week, in fact, I realized that I'm in maybe the best place I've ever been with my training. Like, I'm literally itching already to come back from holiday and carry on with it. My current split is lower body, where I'm really focusing on squats. Then I have upper body, and my main kind of compound in that is thrusters and strict press. Then we have a full body session where I do deadlifts and then kind of any areas that I need to improve on or things that I haven't really covered in the other 2 sessions. And then I have a 4th session, which is lower body focus, because best believe this lower body needs all the volume that it can get. So we have a more kind of bodybuilding focused lower body session as my final session. And what I've done throughout these 4 sessions is incorporate loads of different kind of styles of training. I've got loads of like calisthenic stuff throughout those training sessions. I've got handstands, I've got push-ups, I've got pull-ups, I've got pistol squats, I've got bodyweight dips, all things that I want to get better at, alongside a couple of bodybuilding moves, alongside a couple of compound lifts. So I really have everything within those sessions, and they're very kind of dynamic. I have lots of different training methods, I guess, within those sessions to ensure that I'm not getting bored. I'm like, oh my god, great, I have to do another like 3 sets of this. It's constantly kind of keeping me on my toes to the point where I'm not getting bored and I don't want to kind of skip that last bit because I'm just over the session. I'm kind of constantly being engaged, which is 10 out of 10. And then, like I say, I do have that more bodybuilding 101 lower body session where it's loads of machine work and we're just focusing on kind of adding more volume to the lower body and trying to grow it a little bit, just a little bit. So in terms of my nutrition, at the moment, obviously I've been in a deficit. I've been eating less calories than I'm expending in an effort to lean down. Now, I'm toying with the idea of what I do with my nutrition going forward, just because we do have a wedding abroad in a few weeks. So I think that I'm going to stick at a maintenance for a few weeks. So rather than going straight to, we've been in a deficit and now we're going to just eat whatever the heck we want, we're gonna go crazy, we're gonna just, all those evening snacks compile back on that plate. No. I'm gonna go up to maintenance, which is probably gonna be around 2,000 calories for myself. And I'm gonna make sure that I'm still prioritizing protein, really pushing protein up, probably beyond that 120 that I was previously on. And I'm gonna maintain what we have built over these past 12 weeks. Hopefully with that, I will also have a little bit more energy in my sessions, and that will mean that some strength can start to come back. And then I think after that wedding, I'm gonna move back into a more intuitive way of eating. So I was discussing this with a few of my clients recently. The idea of tracking is great, right? You can learn so much about your food, you can learn portion sizes, you can start to understand food labels, and you can really start to see where labels are tricking you here and there. What foods actually have what amount of protein in. Just because it tells you it's a protein snack, is it really, like, where is our nutrition coming from within our food? And it's really helpful, and you get into kind of a rhythm and a routine with the foods that you have, and you know what kind of satiates you, and you know what you need to hit your calorie goal. But then, especially when you're in a dieting phase, it can get to the point where you realize you've stopped eating things that once brought you joy or bring you a different style of nutrition that doesn't necessarily fit into your macros. So for me, towards the end of my dieting phase, I realized I had stopped eating like bananas and apples and most fruits because I would rather have some chocolate at the end of the day than I would spend those calories on a banana. That is madness. Coming from someone who preaches to her clients all the time about getting micronutrients into your diet. When I did the what in a day video, I was like, protein and micronutrients. In real life, I was having to almost repeat that to myself because I kept forgetting. Do you know what? It's actually of more importance that I'm nourishing my body than it is that I just eat X amount of calories and waste away. I would rather live a long, happy, healthy life and have those nutrients than nuts. But it's easy to slip into those kind of habits, and I think I'm gonna much more enjoy eating intuitively for a little while because of all those things I've learned. You see so many people on Instagram who look absolutely amazing, and you see them do their question boxes and they're like, how many calories are you on? And they go, oh no, I don't track. Like, I just eat whatever I want. Okay, maybe you do now, but the reason that you can do that is because you once tracked, is because you understand your food so well. It's because you understand your body and what it needs, and you had to do that to get to where you are now. And I think it's almost misinformation to tell people, oh yeah, you can just eat whatever you want and you can just eat intuitively. I know tracking is not for everyone, but I do think that in order to have a healthy relationship with food and eating in a more intuitive manner, you need to understand yourself, your body, food labels, all these types of things before you can truly do that. Because I think a lot of people listen to their body, and listening to their body consists of eating whatever they want and not actually fueling their body and nourishing their body properly. I'm in a really good place to go into a more intuitive way of eating. I love cooking and eating a variety of fruit and veg and incorporating loads of different things into my diet, which I haven't been doing so much because I have been dieting. So I am really looking forward to getting excited to cook again and not just shoving a few things in the oven because they're the lowest calorie things. And that's another reason why dieting phases should be short, because it's not sustainable and it's not necessarily the most healthy way to live. Even if you try as much as you try, it's not always the best way to live. So intuitive eating is gonna come after Christmas, and that is gonna fuel me to run slightly longer distances. I am on a plan right now to run a half marathon. I've told like 2 people that I'm doing this, and one of them keeps asking me, oh yeah, have you entered any races? Have you gone to park run? Are you gonna do this, that and the other? Are you gonna like actually sign up to a half marathon? And I don't want to, really. There's something about, like, I just want to go out for the fun of it. I want to go out for the joy of it. And I've already started to see that the more I'm running, the more I'm thinking, oh, I need to hit this pace and I want to hit this PB and I need to make sure that it's decent and that it's within this range. When actually, why? So many people who run, they go out on pavements and they do like an out and back loop because they just want to get the distance, get the best time possible, and they're not actually just doing it for the joy of it. My whole love of fitness is doing things for the joy of it and just having fun. So I actually just try and choose a variety of routes. I go through fields, I take breaks with me, I stop sometimes if I see something cool. Like, I just want to have fun and enjoy it and just be able to do it, because I've always really struggled with anything cardiovascular, anything kind of running and endurance. I've always really struggled with, so I just want to get better at it. So I'm just going to do it slowly but surely. I've been inspired by TikTok and I'm just going to see where it goes, essentially. But we are on a half marathon plan. I wonder, actually, let me see when I will have done it. I say when I'll have done it because we're not going to. I don't know if that's going to mean that I'm going to want to do a marathon. It sounds kind of cool, but I think, like, look, all of 2 people watch these videos, so I feel safe in telling you, because I don't want to tell people because that puts loads of pressure behind it, and as soon as I stop enjoying something, then I just don't want to do it. So if I do the half and hate it, then there's no way I'm going to want to do a marathon. So I don't want to put out there that is something in my mind, because what if I don't? And I don't know about like signing up to these things, but my friend's doing a Brighton Marathon, and I think if I was going to do any, I would want to do that with her. So it's in my mind. Like if I did think that the half was okay, then I would maybe do the marathon with her. So by the time this goes up, I'll be running a half marathon just off of my own back, a random route. I think I'm going to try and run to somewhere and then get Nathan to pick me up, because I think that's quite a fun idea, like to see literally how far I can run. That sounds cool to me. And also I could choose a route that's really flat / maybe even downhill. That would be amazing. Oh, makes you feel a bit, but that would be cool to do. I just basically want to work on my overall fitness. I want to work on my just general athletic ability. Check back in December when I'm an overall beast. I'm gonna hope that this video was interesting and not just me rambling. I feel like it was possibly just me rambling, and in my mind it was gonna be better than this. But we can only hope that Nathan works his editing magic and it comes out somewhat better than what this feels like right now. But essentially, plans going forward, we're going to have 3 weeks of maintenance calories just to bring those calories back up in a more kind of controlled way, make sure I'm still having enough protein, make sure I'm maintaining the body that I've achieved before going away, ready to go away again. Then when we get back, I'm then going to start eating more intuitively, prioritizing protein and prioritizing micronutrients. And then my training is going to be jack of all trades, master of none. But I'm just gonna lean into that. Like, why is that a bad thing? I'm gonna lean into it. I wanna do a bit of everything. I wanna keep on my path of trying new things. I'm still going to pole classes, which I'm really, really enjoying. And I still just wanna dabble in random stuff here and there. We're just gonna do everything and be mediocre at it, but have fun. Like, why do we have to be the best at everything? Why? There's no rules. Fitness is supposed to be fun. There are no rules. So sit down right now and make some goals from September to December. Write them down and commit to them. Let's go be athletes together.